And we're back.
Wow.
To your regularly scheduled programming.
Regularly
scheduled programming. Regularly scheduled programming.
Yay!
Man. It's like I was saying to you, whenever we do like a one reel in, it feels like we don't record for like a week. Or not, I'm sorry, not a week, for like a month, because we don't record for like
I was going to say, yeah.
It feels like we take a lot of time off.
Yeah.
You know? Feels like we miss all the news.
I know. That just leads us to have more to talk about today, though.
And yet, I'm going to talk about myself.
Okay. As you do.
As one does.
Uh-huh.
Not me, but people. People do sometimes.
Yeah.
But before we can talk about anything related to myself or this guy right here, we have to talk about this beer, and it is a special one. We're fucking excited to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So without further ado, Obi, please tell the people what we're drinking tonight.
Well, my friends, we have a throwback.
Ooh.
If you can see, which we'll also add in, and you can check out the Instagram, this is Red Cypress.
Which, see that? I didn't wear my hat. Well, I'm so fucking stupid.
Go home.
I know.
Go get it.
Okay.
Bring it back. Just put it on your head, like digitally.
Yeah. Okay.
Put it in post. But this is a Red Cypress Brewing beer, which, if you don't know, if you're not local, was a local favorite brewery that shut down.
2019? Early 2019? 2018?
It was before that.
2018?
Sure. Probably. Yeah.
2020. That wasn't 2017.
It was at least 18.
We have the pictures. I can tell you the day.
Okay. Well, you look that up. But this beer is the Lost Barrels Volume 1. We actually got this from Hourglass Brewing because they ended up getting their old stomping grounds. And I guess this was one of the victories of war, as you could say.
Victories of war.
It says beer, slice, alcohol by volume, 10%. Volume 500 milliliter.
The beer is called Slice.
The beer is called Slice. This is part of a Lost Barrels series, though, which has me excited because that means there's going to be more.
Yeah.
The barrel that was aged in is an Elijah Craig single barrel bourbon.
Yeah, we were in there May 2019.
2019?
Yeah. So
are you sure that wasn't a throwback post?
No. This is new.
2019?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because even before that, it doesn't go further back than that.
Huh. I guess 2020 was really something, huh?
Uh-huh. For everybody.
So anyway, the description of this beer is the bourbon barrel-aged German chocolate cupcake Imperial milk stout. And yes, I have taken my Lactaid.
Yeah.
I'll read the post that Hourglass put up on Instagram because we don't have a cold read on this one. I just want to give some more details here. Sleeping in Elijah Craig SB bourbon barrels, our old pals at Red Cypress left us one final gift. A German Imperial chocolate cake milk stout created by the RC Brew team and simply bottled by the HG Brew team. Very limited release and could very well be your last chance to drink something from the old Red Cypress Brewery. And that was 6 days ago that they posted it. 5 days ago, they alerted everyone that bottles are sold out.
So there you go.
Yeah. Big demand.
We got our hands on some of the only bottles.
Yeah.
And believe you me, we're going to be honest with our opinion on it. And I can't wait to crack it open. So let's fucking get into this. My name is Marco Dupa. And that guy right there, that beautiful bastard, is Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
What's up, Brewskis?
And this is episode 314 of the One Beer In podcast.
Lost to be found. Smoke someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out. 4 to 5 a.m. takes me to a place where I fit in.
That looks like toxic sludge.
It really does.
The Toxic Avenger. Get out of here. That's right, kids. This is the One Baron Podcast, the podcast with two brews, crack open a brew, and we see where that one brew takes us. As always, we are excited that you guys have joined us, and we thank you for listening and watching and enjoying wherever podcasts are sold or listened to. Like, share, and subscribe. And when we say that, we mean it, okay? Like the videos on YouTube. Share them with your friends if you dig it. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because it helps tremendously.
It really does.
You guys have no idea for a burgeoning podcast such as this, although we have a lot of episodes in the can, you know, getting that organic feedback and the people telling us how they feel about the show, good or bad, definitely helps.
Mostly good, though.
Please just keep it nice.
Yeah.
You know, don't be mean. Don't yell and be rude. No reason to be rude.
No.
Hey.
Black Superman wouldn't be rude.
Yeah, I know. He'd be good. Truth and justice in the African-American way.
Yeah.
That's right. So, let me shut the fuck up for a second.
You smell like the alcohol in that?
Yeah, buddy.
I feel like that gif of the kid with the citrus behind him, like exploding and him going except it's chocolate cake.
Yeah, that oof, buddy.
Yeah, wow.
I think I need a lactate for that.
You might.
So we did the one reel in. I hope you guys go back and listen to that. I hope you enjoy it. That was really fun to just sit there and defecate on Zack Snyder's new film.
Hey, we were nice a little bit.
I think that we were fair.
Yeah, that's all I aim to be. Is fair.
Yeah.
If you guys have any ideas for movies that we should do next, let us know. Vaguely speaking, we are trying to stick to more of the classics, Oscar-y, baity films to try to catch up on.
Yeah.
But we will happily take a crappy B movie if it's entertaining enough. Or, if, you know, we'll have enough of an opinion on.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be like crappy B movie in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a really, really good movie that you think is underrated.
Yeah.
That people haven't talked about. That would be fun to do a movie that like neither one of us have heard of or neither one of us have seen. And maybe we've seen like people talking about it or whatever. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So in between that, in between that and today's episode, we got in here and we did like an emergency filming of a music video of sorts of one of my songs.
Yeah, you made it a 24-hour challenge.
I did, and I didn't have to.
No,
and I did because that's the kind of human being I am.
I would have appreciated it if you didn't.
Yeah, no, yeah, it would have given us a lot. I mean, the video probably would have turned out a lot better.
Hey,
had I? No, I mean it's
great.
I think it turned out really good. I just think that like, you know, given a little bit more time, it could have been.
What are you talking about?
I put out an album maybe 2 years ago at this point, almost 2 years ago, called The Hopeless Romantic, and I used one of the songs on that album
right when
enter.
Red Cypress closed
Yeah,
down.
actually. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, I put it out in November, so yeah, man, a couple months after Red Cypress. Yeah. Sad.
I know.
Sad. So I used one of the songs off that album to enter into the NPR Tiny Desk concert contest, where they choose nobodies like myself to do a Tiny Desk concert. So you could be looking at the next Hobo Johnson. Look at my hair.
Ugh.
Right?
I don't want to do the show anymore.
I mean, you know, I got the look.
Yeah, you're fitting the bill.
Yeah. The shirt.
Yeah. You just need to yell more.
Need to what?
Yell.
Need to yell more.
Yeah.
I just need
Emote?
to need to change my cadence. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way that's like I think I'm too focused on being like smooth and rhythmic.
Yeah.
Like I need to really fucking feel my lyrics.
Yeah. There
Kind
you
of do almost like a spoken word thing.
go. Yeah.
We're not gonna sit here and trash Hobo Johnson.
Beat poetry.
He's trash enough.
Yes, thank you. But I was gonna say, genuinely though, what's your perception? Like, do you think people still listen to Hobo Johnson, or was it just a flash in the pan in the way that it kind of was for us?
Flash in the pan in as far as like his like global popularity, sure. But I think that he did enough to get people to I mean, he's now, I can only hope that he's been able to like make a career out of this now, and like he's like famous and people dig his shit, and I mean, you know, I don't get it, but
it's for somebody.
Yeah, it's for somebody. Let's see where his numbers are at.
Well, here's a question: is Hobo Johnson still making music in 2020?
That's a good question. Hobo Johnson,
he's on tour in 2021.
I thought I couldn't see it from where I'm at. I thought this said Hobo Johnson died in 2021. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
That's too bad.
He is currently touring across 3 countries and has 3 upcoming concerts.
Well, there you go. That's what you have to do.
I guess
you gotta just tour the fuck out of whatever material you have.
I assume he's big internationally because his next tour date's in Madrid.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't surprise me.
Maybe the Europeans are like super into Hobo Johnson.
Yeah. And like Brazil. Come to Brazil.
This is Brazil.
This is Brazil. You know what we do? We watch Fast 9 and listen to Hobo Johnson. Hobo Johnson.
Yeah. He's only 26. He's still very young.
Yeah, he's young enough for me to fuck him up. Catch these hands, Hobo. I'm kidding.
You say that often?
Catch these hands, Hobo. You know what? This is off subject, but I was coming out of a Wawa the other day, and I don't know.
You fought a homeless man?
No. I threw chain. No, I was just I don't know, something. I just had the spirit in me, I guess. I don't know what it was. I don't know where this energy came from, because I normally am like, get the fuck away from me, vagabond.
Okay. You're really revealing yourself today.
I'm kidding. I don't treat them like that. But this guy came up to me and he's like, "Hey, do you have any change or anything, any money on you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess. I think." I go in my car and wouldn't you know it, in my cup holder, I had just like, I don't know, like $5 of loose change, and I just grabbed a handful of it and I just put it in his hand, and he was like, "Whoa, what the?" And I was like, "I don't know, dude. I don't know."
I have no bills. I'm sorry.
He was like, "Thank you," and I was like, "You're welcome."
You got it, bud.
I don't know. I'm not saying this to like brag about it, because like I usually don't give homeless people money like that. We talked about it on here. I just have this thing about like I've been scammed too many times. I've witnessed people scamming me, and it's given me this complex about them.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just something just kind of came over me the other day, and I was just like, "Here, man, just fucking take it."
Good for you.
Yeah, I feel weird about it.
Why?
Because I feel good about it, but I feel like that's a weird thing to feel, is like proud of myself. Like, I didn't do anything.
Well,
I
you're
gave
not
him loose change.
I was going to say you're not publicizing it, but you literally are right now. But no, the reason why you feel good is because you did something good for a person, right? You made somebody feel good. Even if they use it for whatever, right? It doesn't matter. You made them feel good. That makes you feel good, and you can go on your day, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have to get over this stigma of like, oh, he's going to go buy alcohol with it. It's like, well, yeah,
okay,
fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's fine. That's his life.
I think the only thing that was upsetting to me was that the last time I got scammed by a homeless person was I knew that they didn't need it. Not that I watched them go into a liquor store and buy liquor.
Right.
I watched them get into a car, have a passenger jump in that car and like drive to probably, I don't know, a hotel or maybe even an apartment.
Yeah.
It was not a beat up car. It's not some shit that they just rolled into.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like a super nice car or anything. It was like a used car.
Sure.
I mean, if I had to guess, going from my memory, it was probably $1,500, $2,000 car. Anyway, I don't want to shit on these homeless people anymore. Okay. I will shit on the Hobo Johnson. Because that's an awful name.
Do you just call him the Hobo Johnson?
The Hobo Johnson.
That's a better name. That's a genuinely better name.
Yeah, no, dude. I remember the day somebody told. It was Lottie. Lottie told us about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your fault.
Sister of the podcast.
Told us about this fucking asshole. Anyway.
Yeah.
So he was one of the winners of the Tiny Desk concert.
Yes. Look it up.
Contest.
That's what this was all about.
Yes.
Look up Hobo Johnson's Tiny Desk concert.
No. Look up my Tiny Desk concert.
That's right. I'm sorry. I got it mixed up.
Yeah. Fuck Hobo Johnson. Look up my Tiny Desk. If you go on NPR's website, we'll put the link in the YouTube video.
Sure.
You can just find it. It's just really, it's something that I always told myself that I was going to enter because I always had this goal of like, I'll just enter. I don't think, because my shit is just like straight up, just traditional hip hop.
You don't have a trumpet in your band.
Yeah. I don't have a ska band backing me or anything. I'm not playing the acoustic guitar while also rapping.
Yeah.
Call me a traditionalist or call me a hater, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But that is corny to me.
Yeah.
I don't care how good the song is. If you're playing an acoustic guitar while also like slapping it, doing the kick with the slapping the guitar, and
it's very much like a local bar band style.
When they're doing a song, they're doing like some Dave Matthews shit, and you're just like, cool, I can dig this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they go into like their rap verse, and it just turns into like math rock where they're just yeah, and you're just like, stop it.
Anyway, here goes Renegade.
Don't do this, okay? Everything was fine. You were like drifting into the background. I was having a conversation. I wasn't even thinking about it, and then you started rapping.
Right.
Why?
I have thought very briefly about this, actually, in just this time of us talking about it. But I think it's because there's a difference between somebody who's there to set a scene, an ambiance for the people enjoying their drinks or dinner, whatever it may be.
Uh-huh.
And then there's the person who's there trying to make a name for himself or herself. And, trying to stand out. And so then they'll,
they do that rap and shit. Cause
they'll throw in a quick motherfucker.
Yeah.
And, want people to be like, what is he
They'll throw in a what?
Motherfucker. Or like do like the thong song, It's like, oh, I'm going to get them with this one.
Oh, an acoustic version of the thong song. Can't wait for that.
They're not ready for that.
That joke will last about 30 seconds in.
Right. And then you have to finish the song.
And then you have to.
3 minutes
we all
later.
just have to sit through you doing the thong song acoustically, and we're all like, "Okay, it's not entertaining anymore."
No. You're not as good as Cisco. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No,
you're not. So, I entered the contest. We filmed a video. We've actually been talking about doing like filming stuff for a while.
Yeah.
And
this is the Tiny Desk, by the way.
Yeah, this is it. Right.
This is
here.
it. You'll see it when you watch the video.
I just feel like we've brainstormed on things, and then we just haven't like put our hands into those things. We haven't like really tackled a lot of the things that we've talked about as far as like filming those short films or like filming any of this shit, right?
Yeah.
And then this thing comes along, and it kind of like I admittedly made it. I brought it down to the 11th hour when I didn't have to.
Yeah.
But it did light a fire under us to get it done, and it lit a fire under me to edit it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling you this while I was editing it. I mean, I've always had a respect for the little people when it comes to making a film or doing anything of that nature, right? Mm-hmm. The sound guys, the engineers,
the best boy.
Mm-hmm. He's the best boy.
He's the best boy.
Best boy.
Yeah.
And editing is one of those things that like people just don't understand how difficult that is.
Not until you try it do you have any inclination.
I mean, we've both edited this podcast, but it's a long form show where most of the time, as long as you're not every 5 minutes saying some shit or fucking up a word or reading a script or something like that, you just leave it, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. And the video is only 3 minutes long. And I mean, just a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's just a nightmare to do.
Well, it's different when you're dealing with multiple angles, different shots.
Yeah.
This is one shot. At least for now, we're hoping to improve that.
Yeah, and I can't wait to edit that. We have multiple. Yeah.
Well, when we can afford multiple cameras, we can afford maybe an editor.
A best
We'll
boy.
see. We'll see. A best boy. We can get a best boy.
Get a best boy in
Yeah,
here.
yeah. But it's a completely different story when you're editing with different shots, different setups.
Right.
You're dealing with music too.
Yeah.
So.
And apparently, still it wasn't perfect. Apparently,
I mean, what is? You know,
nothing.
the spirit was there. We did the best we could with the time we were given, and I think it turned out really good. I'm actually really proud about it. I think it turned out really well.
You had some really good ideas.
Thank
I'm
you.
not just saying that publicly to blow smoke up your ass. You had some good ideas, some good angles. When I was combing through the footage, just being able to, I mean, I played up to the different angles that you gave me, which helped because like throughout the editing process of like, oh, that was dope. I pointed to that, and he was filming there, and you're able to like switch the angle and everything like that. But like having the floating cam, having the two angles on the side, you had some, yeah.
Thank you.
It made it easier to do. I can only imagine having to try to stitch together a narrative that we had come up with beforehand and then like have like 5 hours to go, okay, now I have to tell the story.
Yeah, yeah. How's this gonna go?
So that was, yeah, it was good. It was good. I'm proud of it. I'm very proud of it.
Yes.
Because I've always wanted to, everything as far as music is concerned, I've always been trying to get it as DIY as possible.
Yeah.
And editing was so daunting. Even before I'd done it, I was scared of it. So I was like, God, it's so much.
As you should be.
Yeah.
As you should be.
And it proved to be as scary as I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be.
Have you ever seen those projects that people sometimes post online that it's just like an entire wall of different like layers?
Yes. And I've seen, and that's one of the things that would intimidate me is seeing that and going, what am I supposed to do with all of that?
What?
So, but yeah, it turned out pretty cool, and you're proud of it. I'm proud of it. So that's fun. And got him. Guys, if you have a chance, please go to either my Instagram and go to the link in the bio of my Instagram, or just go to npr.com or .org. It's an org. It's a .org.
Yeah.
npr.org, and just look up the Tiny Desk thing, and it's on there. It's on the website now. That was the other thing. We filmed it, and I was like, I wonder if they're even gonna accept it, because the way that we filmed it, which was it's half music video because there's a concept and multiple camera angles and a sort of narrative to it. And I thought, but the way that I perform it live, it's not a playback of the song. I perform the song. So I was like, I wonder if they're even gonna accept it. So that was the other thing. I was excited about the fact that like they actually accepted the video. So that's good, because I was worried about that. And then I posted on Instagram, and a couple people thought that I'd won the contest already. I was like, guys, read what I posted.
Oh, it's great. You did great.
We're so proud of you. And I'm like, thank you. That's nice. But all I did was upload a video and obeyed the rules of a contest.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciate the love. Of course, I appreciate the love. It's really nice. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to find it just scrolling, because there's so many. There's so many. I think
entries.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question: how do they decide? They just have that group of judges, and they watch every single one of these, and then they decide on who.
I mean, I highly doubt that they're gonna watch every video. I mean, they're getting thousands of submissions. Thousands.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine that they're going to go through and watch all of them. So I'm assuming that they're going to do what any normal group of people would do. It's only like 5 judges. Phoebe Bridgers is one of them. I love you. They're only going to... I can only imagine that they're going to just sift through them.
Just scan and be like,
and then like whatever thumbnails pop out at them.
Right.
Or maybe they'll do like we'll grab at random indie, R&B, hip hop, pop.
Did you have to
country.
put in like your genre?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's like if you click on the search thing and then click on hip hop, that's yeah.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's what they're gonna do. I don't know though. Who knows?
Very interesting.
Maybe Phoebe sees mine and she's just like, there's something about this guy. I don't know.
He's got that thing.
That thing that I want.
I will tell you what.
I would like, I don't know, to get coffee with this guy. I don't know what it is. There's something about that thumbnail that just
Is that
makes
the reward? Is coffee with Phoebe Bridgers?
If you told me it's either getting on NPR or getting coffee with Phoebe Bridgers, I honestly,
It'd be tough.
I would have to sit with it for a moment and be like, I'd have to debate. I'd have to talk to some people.
Yeah.
We'd have to like sit down and like, I mean, let's weigh the pros and cons here. I mean, you know?
Yeah.
But ultimately, I'm not going to tell you what I would choose. So, like I said, thank you guys. Anybody who's watched it so far, you guys shown me a lot of love, so I appreciate that. If you haven't watched it, I just told you how to watch it. Please do so.
Do it.
That would be really nice. I would appreciate that. Because even if I don't win, even if nothing comes of this, except for a lot of people watch the video, I'm still proud of the fact that you and I did it. And just did it.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. It's like, you know, we've been at the precipice of actually recording a music video for you, right?
Yeah.
This entire time. And then we did it very, very off the cuff, very low budge, very impromptu, thinking up, shots on the fly, rocking and rolling, you having only one day to edit it.
A very punk rock way of going about it.
Yeah. What if we had more time?
Right.
What's keeping us from doing it now?
Nothing.
Even if we were to give ourselves only a day to do it again, we can do it. We know we can. So this may be the kick down of the door that gets us to actually start doing this.
Yeah.
Actually doing this.
Agreed
Yeah.
completely. This experience just kind of showed us that like, oh, it's really not that hard to just do it.
No.
Well, and the other thing is like we slowly were able to build all of this too. So that helps.
This entire kingdom behind
Yes,
the camera
that people can't see.
nobody can see.
It's
yes.
right, but it's just beyond the pine.
Yeah.
And that comes with time. That comes with necessity of like, okay, we need this thing, we need that thing, we need this. And all of the experiences that we've had with the show fucking up on us.
Yeah.
And having to learn from those things, like all of that stuff kind of comes together and makes doing something simple, quote unquote, as doing a music video easier than it would be to just kind of roll into it.
Yeah.
So all of those experiences kind of had to come together for us to, I think, feel more comfortable with just going, we could do it.
More confident.
Yeah,
This was a confidence booster.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I already have ideas
Okay.
for the new shit.
You come to me with them and we will hash it out.
Because I got new shit.
Okay.
People are like, when's that new shit coming out? That new shit's coming.
It's coming.
Got that new shit. That new shit.
That new shit.
That new shit. Oh, I didn't know that was a touchscreen.
Yeah. Chromebook, everybody. It's fine for doing absolutely nothing. But it's touchscreen.
So it's out into the world.
Yep.
You guys can go out there and watch it, listen to it. It's awesome, and I'm happy about it. And I'm trying to think of like things that like the new thing that I'm working on, right?
Okay.
And all the things that are like kind of like influencing the new thing that I'm working on. And one of the things that comes to mind, because it's kind of been all over the news, and I went back and watched the whole thing, was Cowboy Bebop. Big influence on just like artistically what I like people will see in the coming, like the stuff
next
that I
thing.
put. It's the DNA of Cowboy Bebop is
Okay.
kind of all over it.
Okay.
And they're now finally showing us the live action adaptation of the show, and what we can kind of look forward to with the show, right?
Yeah. Hinting at it.
Yeah, kind of giving us a little, just sprinkling a little in front of us.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, we already knew who the cast was, and we were able to look it up, kind of formulate our opinions on it. But now, kind of seeing how they look,
Yeah.
we've got that, and then we've got the big announcement from today,
Mm-hmm.
which is that the original composer of the show,
Kanno.
Yoko Kanno,
Mm-hmm.
is going to be composing this.
Yeah. Original music from him.
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The only thing that's left is the seatbelts.
Yeah.
We just need them, and then
Which is a band, by the way.
yes, right. Sorry.
People are like, what? Is
What?
that
The
an
what?
inside joke of some kind?
So I mean, I don't know, man. What do you think when you see the what they've been doing with this? It's a Netflix show. That could mean a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
We've got the cast.
Mostly that's going to be canceled after season 2. That's
Right.
what always happens. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on with these shows? They canceled Jupiter's Legacy after one season, and it was well received and watched.
Yeah. I don't know.
Was it just the budget of the show? It was just too
probably
much?
that's what I would guess, is that even though it was well received, it wasn't well received enough because they just had too big of a budget. It was too big to succeed.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't like what it looked like, so I didn't even give it a chance. To be fair,
I didn't finish it either. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I didn't give it a shot. I was kind of full of anti superhero stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we're kind of getting to a point where it's like, okay.
Well, like since Kick-Ass, like
yeah.
you know, it's in the mainstream now that there's this other side of comic book movies that are anti-comic book movies.
Yeah.
That's its own cliche now, you know? Like, I'm happy with what Invincible's doing now in the animated series. I love the comic, too. You should definitely check that out. But, like, I feel like that's one of the few... That and The Boys are the two that I'd say are doing it, like, worth watching still. But, like, anything else, and it's like, we already have that.
Right.
We've had it for a while, and
Yeah.
like, what else are you going to add to the superheroes may not be as good as you think?
Right.
You know?
Well, it's kind of like when zombies had their moment for a couple years. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, we got it.
Yeah.
Then the zombie parodies, and you're like, okay, we got it.
Yeah.
Like we have the show,
Right.
we have the movies, like we have the video games. Like how many more properties are going to come out about this one thing? Anti-superheroes are having their moment. It's like, all right, but you're not The Boys though,
Right.
you know? So make a show as good as that, and then maybe we can talk. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway.
sorry,
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop, Netflix
Yeah.
show.
As far as what I think, I am keeping my expectations low. And I know it's not really a surprise because obviously, you know, something as important and as good, genuinely good, not even like speaking to the genre, speaking to anime in general, just as a show, period. You know, Cowboy Bebop may be arguably the best anime of all time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's inarguably the best. So
There are people that will argue with you about that.
I'll argue with them.
You're gonna get a lot of Naruto shurikens thrown at you. Yeah. But no, I agree. Generally, I thank you for doing that to our audience. No, I'm very cautious about this, given how Netflix has dealt with live action anime remakes in the past. You know, Death Note and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And just you know, anyone doing a live action anime remake retelling it's dicey at best.
Has there been a good anime live action adaptation?
You're going to criticize me for this, and I know it. But Speed Racer, the Wachowskis' Speed Racer is so good.
Yeah.
It's just so good, and it exemplifies and embodies the spirit of the show, And it's just like, you know, say what you will, but I think it is one of the greatest. It's the first one I think of when I think of a well done anime like retelling.
Yeah.
Live action anime retelling. Outside of that, I don't know. I mean, I heard decent things about Ghost in the Shell being okay. I haven't seen it myself, so I can't really speak to it.
Starring a Japanese actress, Scarlett Johansson.
Of course, yeah. What else has there been?
Honestly, I never even watched that Ghost in the Shell movie, and it's not because of Scarlett Johansson. I just never caught it. It's just one of those movies that just, I was like, okay, I'll watch that, and it just flew under the radar, and I just never watched it.
Yeah, I found no need to do that myself. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who like Alita Battle Angel, but that didn't look very good to me.
What?
Yeah. I'm just looking through a quick list here on CBR. There's a Full Metal Alchemist adaptation that's apparently not very good. But
I guess I shouldn't be upset when a Japanese production makes Jesus Christ fell flat. Oh, you think?
Dragon Ball Evolution, everybody.
Dragon Ball Evolution, man. Number one has to be.
You've seen on the Corridor Crew them talking about the Rurouni Kenshin movie. I want to see that because it looks actually pretty good.
Attack on
Titan didn't
okay,
do well.
so that Attack on Titan is a good example of what I'm about to say. When a Japanese production does a movie like Attack on Titan, for instance, and it's all Japanese actors, I guess on the one hand, it's like, well, you know, there's not a lot of Japanese representation in mainstream Hollywood media, right? On the other hand, Attack on Titan, the point of the show is that civilization has crumbled, and all of these cultures have been forced to come together.
It's a major element of the series.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of a lot of Western European influence in that show.
The main character is German.
Right.
So to have like all of these characters just be Japanese guys and girls, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of annoying to me.
Well,
but then
it's the same thing with Full Metal Alchemist too.
That's what made me think of it when I saw Full Metal Alchemist. It's the same exact thing. It's like that's a white kid. Like, but then you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you're like, okay, fine. I guess we owe you one. Or go back up. Ghost in the Shell. That's another. Obviously, that's another. That was like the big one. Everybody memed the fuck out of it.
But you know, at least with Ghost in the Shell, I can get behind an argument that if you haven't seen the movie or the show,
shame on you.
Yeah, very good. But the entire idea behind it is that, you know, these androids are just shells for souls, basically.
Right.
So, or intelligence. So, yeah, I mean, like, she can have a Japanese name, but be in a white woman's body.
Kind of the idea behind Altered Carbon, by the way.
Sure, yeah,
another
same
show
thing.
that, Netflix canceled. Criminally underrated show. If you haven't watched it, there's only 2 seasons and an anime, and I swear by this show. Okay, Altered Carbon is dope. So yeah, I mean that is just kind of, I don't know. It just sucks. That's part of the reason why some of these don't work. It's like, I know that Japanese people are the reason that these things are successful. It's their brain children. It's all of their work and everything like that. But you wrote that character to be a white German kid. Like, cast a white German kid so that it works better. So that, like, I don't have to view this as, like, Japanese people cosplaying as Eren and all these other characters. It's like, you're making me do this.
Yeah, the only thing that I can think of is that, obviously, it's like a lower budget than, like, a Hollywood picture.
Yeah.
And they may have trouble kind of wrapping their brains around casting a white, like, let's say, 15-year-old who also is fluent in Japanese in order to make that work.
Yeah.
You know?
That'd probably be pretty difficult.
So I think that may be some of the trouble that
good-looking white German who looks like the character, who can also speak German, English, and Japanese.
Right. So that's where it's like, okay, you have to suspend your disbelief, I guess, in order to cast that role one way or another.
But, okay, so, all right. Now, I haven't seen the first, like, the Attack on Titan adaptation, for instance. Is the character just named Aaron and we just kind of gloss over his nationality? Or are you supposed to view this Japanese guy as a German kid?
That's a good question. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But maybe you guys out there can answer that.
Let us
for
know. 'Cause
But anywho, back to Netflix's, which is an American adaptation of Cowboy Bebop, a Japanese property, obviously.
and you know, American, the Hollywood system is now feeling the brunt of like the damage that it's done to POCs for
Sure.
its entire existence, and so it feels guilty, and so it's like, okay, fine. We'll cast an Asian guy and a racially ambiguous woman and a black dude. Okay?
Right.
You happy? The dog has to be white, though.
This is
We
golden.
gotta have a white guy.
It's golden and white. Yeah, I mean, I feel like given that this is an American production, it's both a pro and a con, because it's going to be tough for them, I feel, to at least going to be a gamble for them to be able to really touch on what the creators of the show were getting at. I think on more of a personal level with those original creators.
Yeah.
Just given, language barrier or just cultural differences. Now, the good thing is with Cowboy Bebop, it is inherently American influenced.
Right.
So that makes it, I think, an easier transfer of culture and music and flavor that just makes sense for it to be an American-made movie.
Yeah.
Because, if every character was Japanese, I feel like that'd be kind of strange, given how much is involved in, like, Westerns, how much is involved in jazz and hip-hop and blues. Yeah, everything is kind of centered in American culture in one way or another, with from a viewpoint of a Japanese person.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of gives it its Eastern twist amid all this Western flair.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like if any adaptation can work, it's this. But I'm still not 100% on board.
Yeah.
I'm just not, given their track record, given the track record of adaptations of anime in general. But that being said, with Yoko Kanno being on, that adds some credence to it. At least we'll get new music from Yoko Kanno.
Yeah.
And I mean, with that preview, with that little teaser, and it's not even a preview, with that teaser, I feel more confident in the casting than I ever have.
Yeah.
Because they look the part.
Yeah, they do look good.
Yeah.
They do look good. Apparently some people are not happy with the casting of John Cho because he's just a little too old.
Right, but we were just talking before this and, like, had no idea. He's almost 50.
Yeah. He's 48 years old.
He doesn't look it, though.
Not even a little bit.
He does not look it.
We guessed late 30s, maybe early 40s, maybe.
Yeah.
He is 48.
Yeah. Good for you,
Crazy.
John Cho.
Yeah. I didn't view, given Spike's life experiences, I didn't think he was like 23.
No, he's lived an entire life before we even see him.
Yeah,
for the
he
first
has
time.
to be in his 40s. At
Yeah.
least.
Or late 30s.
Late 30s.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Guy was he was in some mob. He got out. He's been bounty hunting for at least 5 years because he meets Jet like 5 years before the show starts. I think if I'm remembering correctly, they mention it kind of offhandedly in like the last episode or the second to last episode that they teamed up like 5 years ago. So he's been doing that. He's been in the mob for X amount of years. Yeah. Let's be generous and say 5 years he was in the mob as an enforcer, right? Enforcer / assassin. That's 10 years of his life. Before that, so you're telling me he joined the mob at 20? Maybe let's say 25. He gets out, he's bounty hunting for 10 years. He's at least 35, 36 years old.
Yeah.
And John Cho looks like he's 36, 37. So
yeah.
I think it works.
I buy it. Yeah,
buy
I
it.
didn't question it for a second. I think a lot of this is people looking at his age and then just jumping off based on that.
Or just having their weird anime hentai crushes on these like not real characters.
Yeah.
And being like super weird about it and being like he doesn't like I don't want to fuck John Cho, so it doesn't work.
Okay.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
When people when they stand these characters and when they create these fan fictions in their heads, or when they just have this image of a character in their head and then a real person steps into that role and they go,
Not quite right.
He's not attractive to me,
Right.
and so he can't do that role.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to fuck Spike Spiegel. I don't want to fuck John Cho.
It's almost like reading a book and then seeing a film adaptation of it.
Yeah, exactly. You've created this thing in your head because Spike is not real. He's animated, so the things that he does and the way that he looks, like there's not a human being on the planet that has legs that skinny and shoulders that broad. It just doesn't.
Right.
It just doesn't exist, obviously.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop your brain from going, "That's sexually attractive to me," right? So when you have that in your head,
Hello, ideal partner.
and you tell yourself that like that's the pinnacle of a man in your head,
Yeah.
and then you see John Cho, like a normal looking guy, you're like, nah, don't buy it. And it's like, well, give him a chance to do the movie first. I will say it's going to be hard to get Steve Bloom's voice out of my
yeah,
head.
for sure.
That's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
That's going to be very difficult.
Just that low gravel.
Yeah. It's down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be difficult.
That will be tough.
Yeah.
You sound like Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of look alike. Steve Blum and David Hayter. Have
Really?
you ever? They kind of look
No.
alike. They got like kind of chubby faces and just they white dudes.
White guys. White voice acting guys.
They do though. I'm not just saying that because
Yeah.
they're white. I am just saying that because they're white. So yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I hope and pray. I mean, you got to give Netflix credit where it's due. The Witcher show is amazing.
Sure. Yeah, that was a big success.
So they've shown that they are capable.
Yeah.
They are capable, right?
Sure.
They don't have a very good track record. Like you said, not a lot of people do when it comes to anime adaptations. But I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
will see.
We will see. All right. One more thing in the nerd world before we get out of here.
Nerd world.
Because we would be remiss if we did not talk about this on the show as we talk about these things all the time. Battlefield 2042.
Yep, you got it. Good job.
Juan's not here to discuss this, and even if he was,
He probably couldn't on the
wouldn't give
record.
us anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he would just be kind of sitting here.
Thanks for nothing, Juan.
Yeah. So
Enjoy your job or whatever.
yeah. Keep your job and your benefits. Pay all your bills. We had a reveal trailer today. EA finally giving us a taste, a little
Just a little
we'll just
taste.
give you a little drip of what's to come with the new Battlefield game.
Yep.
One of the first like big games for next gen, or what is technically current gen, right? 'Cause,
Yeah,
I mean,
technically, but
yeah.
next gen for most at this
Yeah.
point.
So this is like the first game, because everything else is like either in planning stages or it's like kind of like a cross-play thing where they're like, we've made a version for you guys too.
Well, no, I mean that's what's happening with this too, though. There's going to be a PS4 version.
Yeah, but
That's
there though?
what I'm saying is what they've shown in this preview. I can't see working very well on a PS4 without
No.
it sounding like a jet engine.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
There's going to be smaller battles with last gen. So,
Yeah, and already that is irritating because I'm like, oh, I'm not getting the full experience of the game.
right.
So I don't even want to play it.
Well,
That's the way that I feel about these things. If I'm not getting everything, like when they used to do that with when we made the leap to PS4 to PS3, and they'd be like, well, you don't get certain modes that you get in PS4. I'm just like, well, then why would I get it? Why would I just wait till I get a PS4? Why would I play this on PS3?
Yeah.
There's no game that good to be like, I'll play half the game and pay the full price.
Yeah, unless you get like a free update.
Yeah.
When you move to PS5.
Or if I'm paying half the price, or even
Sure.
or even like a little bit, like 15 or 20% off, because it's a game that they have downgraded to PS3. But the fact that like and a lot of people are mad about this. A lot of people are like, wait, okay, so I guess we should give a little bit more detail. The game is coming October 2022 tentatively, and it's right now multiplayer only. No single player story mode, no battle royale mode.
Right.
Just multiplayer. And some people are like, yeah, that's fine, because I don't really play. I mean, ever since there hasn't been like a tremendous story mode in Battlefield ever since Bad Company. So
yeah, it's been just these little like snippets. Well, actually, Battlefield 2042 is coming out this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's what I
October
thought.
2021.
2021, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been like little vignettes almost that you play, like individual smaller stories that create a larger story.
Yeah, and some people are cool with that. Some people are like, this is a waste of time. I'm one of those people who's like, look, if you're not going to give me a full single player story mode, then I don't need these little. This is just let me play I don't need this.
Yeah, I will say I do still like. I will take those little vignettes, those little stories, but
because you're desperate for a story mode. You just want a single player.
But at the same time, like I much prefer like a Black Ops full on story from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. That's what I enjoy. It's like give me a full Hollywood movie and not like a few episodes of a TV show.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you were saying, this doesn't have a story mode at all. But they're trying to kind of have their cake and eat it too by saying that there's gonna be a story in this that's portrayed through the multiplayer modes. So you'll have these little like these specialists, they're called, where they have, I think, an item and a specialty, but all can use every kind of gun. They're no longer these like very specific like medic and engineer and things like that. There are things similar to them, but I feel like this style is much more fluid and gives you way more options of how you want to play, which is good. But I'm still unsure how they plan on having a coherent story through multiplayer modes that makes any kind of sense. Now, they set up the world that we're in 2042, where it's just like a world at war, basically. And, you know, the environment's in crisis. There's these superstorms. And the people you're fighting as are like soldiers without nations, basically.
Yeah.
So it almost kind of feels a little bit like Titanfall almost, right? It's just like war for war's sake.
Yeah, I was gonna
based on corporations and stuff like that.
I was gonna say the idea behind multiplayer anchoring this like in between story kind of thing is like Battlefield, or I'm sorry, Titanfall. Titanfall 1.
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they sprinkled in story elements in the multiplayer, but it wasn't like a story mode.
Yeah, you kind of got pieces of what the idea was, but it was just kind of, you're battling for this thing, and then like a little thing at the top would be like, this is almost like a Star Fox. Just like this. And you're like, okay, I guess that's the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good luck.
I don't, yeah.
I get the feeling that's what it's going to be.
I guess you have to anchor it around something, because like you can't just have a multiplayer and go like, yeah, there's no reason for us to be here. We're just here.
You can, though.
I think you can with like a battle royale mode or something.
I guess, but I mean,
well, no, you know what? You're right. I take that back. You definitely can.
I feel like the only reason they even sprinkled in an idea of a story mode here is for people like me to buy it.
Yeah.
Because if they just said like, look, this is going to be future warfare. We have no storyline. It's just we have these settings. and it's placed in this setting. Go.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the world at the time of 2042. Go blow stuff up. Enjoy.
Yeah.
That'd be enough for, I think, 90% of people.
I think enough people would be like, okay.
Yeah. Especially, you know, multiplayer focused people. And I feel like Battlefield, the developers behind Battlefield, have realized that that's their bread and butter. It's just, you know, they are intrinsically a multiplayer focused game.
Yeah.
And so they're leaning into it. I get it. I mean, Call of Duty did the same thing with Black Ops 4, was it? We were just talking about that didn't have a dedicated single player mode. They did that thing where it's like you play as a specialist and you
I think it was 3, but
three
or 4.
whichever one. You know, one of those.
Yeah.
And you
got the story mode by them explaining how you use each character. That's how
Right.
you got the story. And even that, it's like, I'm not going to do these. Because all it was instructional videos, or not instructional gameplay. And you know me, dude.
Yeah.
Throw me into the game.
Yeah. No
I'll
tutorial.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tutorial modes can eat my ass. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
They just take too long. They're too slow. They're boring. I don't care for them at all.
Yeah.
Just throw me into the game and I'll die a bunch and then figure out the controls. Or have your tutorial mode be like, you know what what perfect tutorial mode was? Ghost of Tsushima. Perfect tutorial
Yeah.
mode. You're all beat the fuck up. What are you gonna do? Oh, you gotta escape out of this village area, but all you've got is your sword. You've got nothing else, right? So they simplify everything. You gotta sneak around. That's how they teach you how to sneak around.
Yeah.
You gotta fight one guy. That's how they teach you how to fight the one guy. Then you gotta fight a couple of dudes, and that's how they teach you how to fight a couple of dudes. Then you get the boss battle that you cannot win, and so that shows you how to put all of those elements together in this boss fight.
They give you that boss fight is like a little sandbox for you to play within.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose,
You're
but
gonna lose.
you can try the combinations of things in that. It's super smart.
Then they spit you out, give you a decent set of armor, and go figure it out.
Yeah. Go.
And then you do.
Yep.
And it's the most rewarding
Great.
thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. They get you going fast in that.
So, a little bit about me. Fuck tutorial modes.
Fair enough. I mean, especially for a game like this, you're not going to need a tutorial.
What do I do?
At most, you need a little description that says what your specialty does. That's it. Hit R1 to do the radar jammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's it. I know the rest.
You
I
know
know how
what?
to jump.
You know what I like? I like when a game is like, here's what your character can do, and then it's like a little video within the game of what when you press that. Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. I can see it in action, but I don't have to be forced to do this thing to move on. I'll just do it in game and then figure out how it works.
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway, yeah. So as a whole, the preview of 2042, like, it looks great. I think there's a lot of promise there. I like all the destruction, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that it's back to a modern/future setting where, you know, we have a lot more flexibility with guns and tools and vehicles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're leaving a lot on the table, or they were leaving a lot on the table, doing these like old war.
Yeah, World War I, World War II, which can be fun, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm ready for, especially in a Battlefield game, a bit more, you know, fast paced, fun.
Yeah, put us in a city, a modern city, and then let us be able to absolutely decimate buildings.
Yeah.
Change the entire environment around us.
Levolution.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I love Battlefield 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an amazing game.
Yeah.
I forgot what the mode is called, but like the big mode where you win each level and it progresses through the map. I forgot what it's called.
Ground War?
Maybe. But it's a massive, massive map where whoever gets X amount of points on this section of the map, then you have to move and try to take this section of the map, then the next section of the map, and then you can kind of push and pull. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. It felt like those games lasted like 3 hours, and I loved every second of it. Like there's one map
the
where
ebb
you're
and flow.
Yeah, it's
between-
amazing.
Yeah.
There's a map where like you're fighting and then whoever wins or loses, whatever, you got to jump off of this thing and then fly down to the next thing. And you're
That
just
was
like, this
always so
is
cool.
fucking so cool,
Yeah.
man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them bringing that kind of shit back.
Yeah.
Because at its best, Battlefield is, in some respects, way better than Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I mean, like hands and feet above the freedom you have
Yeah.
in any Call of Duty.
And when you play with people who take it seriously, it is a very rewarding game to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
Like you can luck into a win,
Sure.
especially in multiplayer
Yeah.
of Call of Duty. You get one guy who fucking freaks out and you're like, oh, okay, well, he's just going to carry this and we're going to win. It's like,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And then even in Battlefield, if you get a guy who's like a fucking freak or like some 12-year-old who's like holding the controller like the claw hold of the controller, he's just fucking freaking out on the game. Yeah, he's going to carry you. This 12-year-old is going to carry you to a dub. Fine.
Yep.
You know? But there's something about like having a guy who's it brings in elements of like massive multiplayers, RPGs and stuff like that. It brings in elements of like, you know, you are important for this reason.
Yeah.
And you need to pay attention to the reason that you're here. It's not a run and gun.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how this new game plays because they're kind of
Going away from that, right?
yeah, they're giving you a bit more freedom
Yeah.
when it comes to your role. So you'll still be tethered with a specialty,
Yeah.
but then you can kind of determine that specialty however you decide it to be, which should be interesting.
Yeah.
And there's a new mode too where well, I don't think it's a new mode, but it's basically what you're talking about, but instead of you just taking a place, like you having enough people in that sector of the map, the map is broken up into different sectors, and you have to complete multiple objectives within that sector in order to move forward.
Yeah.
So it's like blow this thing up, or do this thing in here, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be within there, you have to do those multiple things in order to progress.
Yeah, that's such a smart thing to do, and it's crazy that it's taken a game this long to like Call of Duty, for instance, has all of those modes, but they're all different modes.
Yeah.
Where it's like either capture the flag or domination or whatever the one where you plant the bomb and you have to like protect it while it arms or whatever.
Yeah.
All of that could be one mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like hopefully that's what they're doing with this. That's what it sounds like it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Sounds like it.
that would be. I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's
Even as someone who's single player biased, I would say.
that's what you call it.
Yeah, yeah.
Single player bias.
This looks interesting enough for me to jump into.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple months. I have a couple months to get a PS5. Hopefully, I can get one in time.
Yeah.
And you, me, and Juan can play it.
Yeah.
And we'll have Juan carry us with his KD.
Please.
Okay. Want to get into these beers?
I think we should.
All right. Well, tonight's brew is from the Red Cypress Brewing Company and Hourglass.
Haven't said that in a long time.
Yeah, right? Weird. Coming off the lips. It is the Slice, part of their Lost Barrels series. This is obviously volume 1, which gives us, I guess, foreshadowing into hopefully there's a volume 2 and 3 and so on and so forth. A Imperial Milk Stout aged in Elijah Craig single barrel bourbon barrels. Bourbon barrels. Obi, what'd you think of this beer?
I mean, it goes down like a slice of chocolate cake.
Mm-hmm.
She is thick. She is sweet. She is full-bodied.
Oh, yeah.
And
I like my women. Thick, sweet, and full-bodied.
And you can really taste the bourbon barrel
Bourbon.
That being said, I mean, like, there's not very many bad things I can say about this other than it is a bit richer and a bit stronger on the liquor fume than I personally enjoy.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, it's an absolute pleasure to have
Absolute pleasure.
at least one more Red Cypress brew
Yeah.
in my tum-tum.
Yeah.
I may be boosting it because of that, because of the novelty alone and the memories that I have of Red Cypress, I mean.
Yep.
Red Cypress.
Red Cypress.
Yeah. That's the bourbon barrel speaking.
Yep.
I'm going to give it a 5. I think it is a thick queen, and
The queen.
you are lucky to have it if you do.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a local beer enthusiast and you were able to get your hands on some of these, good job. If you weren't,
Sorry.
I am going to go ahead and agree with you and give it a 5 myself. I honestly thought you were going to go 5.5.
I was thinking about it, but that very last sip I had I had a little too much fume on it.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest with myself, a little too much fume.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to you have to accept the fact that, like, even if you found this at the bottom of the ocean and you drank it, you'd still have to be honest and go, well, yeah, I mean, it's just a little too much. It's I mean, I think the only thing that is holding this back is the drinkability factor, which is kind of low. I couldn't see myself. There is no way on God's green earth I could drink this by myself.
Yeah.
I take that back. I could. I'm an alcoholic. But I wouldn't want to.
Right.
Let's just say that. Like, if I was just by myself sitting around and kind of got lost in it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I would want to enjoy this amongst friends. And maybe that's what you're supposed to do,
I think
I
so.
guess.
I think so.
But it's a small bottle.
It is.
It's not like it's a big sharing bottle.
That could be a full night, you know?
Yes.
Like, that's it. You just have
this
that.
is it.
You have dinner, you have that as your dessert, and good night.
Good night, Irene.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give it a 5 myself. So that is a unanimous 5 for the Red Cypress Slice. Think we got it?
I know we got it.
All right, well, then let's get the fuck out of here. This has been the One Baron Podcast. For myself, Marco Dupa. For Adam Obesius Rodriguez.
R.I.P. Red Cypress Brewing.
Thank you guys for listening. Drink delicious beer and have a beautiful evening.
We love you.